We are pulling out of the Celilo Recreation Area Park. It's an Army Corps of Engineers. This was an ancient Indian fishing grounds, and still is actually down at the other end here. Only the Native American tribes that are specified have permission to enter. That's where I thought I was going to camp last night, but I don't fit the profile, so not it. It is now super windy out, which I'm hoping is going to be a tailwind for me, based on what it felt like. Here's hoping. Our first stop will be at a Love's truck stop to fuel up in about 63 miles. Trains came through about every 2 hours or so, and really did not disturb me very much. My original plan had been that we were going to go to Grande today, and now my plan is Pendleton, because it is 12:35 p.m. and we are just getting on the road. We had a lazy morning, drinking coffee, hanging out, enjoying ourselves, and beautiful view of the river here. Maybe you actually get to see it now. I know there wasn't a whole lot of it yesterday for you. And originally I was going to put down about another 175 miles or so, but instead I think today we're only going about 110, 120, something like that. Yeah, you can see the white caps on the water. Well, I can see the white caps. Yeah, you might be able to as well. So there's that. It's 78 degrees outside at 12:30 in the afternoon on Saturday, May the 31st. So among other, those are quite some waves. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. And so far it's hitting us from the rear. Well, the road direction changes and that changes a bit. We'll see how this goes. Oh, I don't have to go all the way to Grande. Let's just go to Pendleton. And truthfully, I don't even have to go all the way to Pendleton if I don't like the way that this feels. Alright, so this is the end of the Columbia Gorge National Scenic Area, but it still looks pretty scenic to me. How about you? I'm thinking yes. Not sure how long we get to follow the river for, but it's a while, I think. And that's pretty much what's going on today. So, unless we see something else that's really outstanding and beautiful, well, I might check in with you when we get to Love's and give you an update on fuel economy. But in the meantime, we're going to just, get on down the roadways.
Wake up with the sun in our eyes. Sally forth, no need for goodbyes. Journey calls, let's roll the dice. Every mile a new surprise.
Well, we've moved quite a ways away from the Columbia River now. City of Echo National Historic Site. I wonder what that is. I think I'm going to get off and look it up real quick. Because I turned the camera back on to share with you that we are all the way back over to US 395. So let's see how far away this is. Well, apparently it's only 1.5 miles away, so that doesn't seem like too much of a detour. Well, this is kind of a cute little town. Can we park here? Not on that street. But if we go straight and come back around, we can. So let's do that. Here, see, these are head-in parking, but these don't say anything. And so I'm going to do this. So this is Echo. cute. I think Wild Blue Yonder must be like a antique shop or something that's not open. Well, it says Saturday 11 to 4, but I guess there are actually, we went to the City of Echo Museum, and that said Saturdays, starting June 4th, so next week. But the City of Echo National Historic Site is down this way. Also supposed to be closed today, apparently. But I figured we might as well go take a look. And according to this sign, City of Echo, established 1880. Fortunately, this was only about a 1.5-mile detour to get here. They got a post office. Thrift store. Echo Fort Storage. Made to look like a fort. Howdy. Coots Building is a winery. That's kind of cool looking. Okay, so basically, we drove past here and didn't stop. I think I went to the Pendleton flour mills. I went to some flour mill no, that was Thompson Flour Mills, I think. So this is a skate park that we saw from the other side. And I guess this is an RV park. No, thank you. Where am I? I guess I better look at the map. Alright, well, we walked through that RV park. You can see the sign there that says trail stop. So it is right here. I'm not sure if there's anything to see here. Oh, there are some interpretive signs down there. So we'll go take a look. Interesting. It's the old wagon trail and the covered wagon museum. So it was funny because I don't know if there's anything to be open here. Google said it may not be open, so I'm glad I walked down. We have a plaque here that I can't quite read, but maybe I can in editing. Maybe. Look at that. A lot of blowing around here. Oh, so this talks about the wagons and stuff. You can pause and read, or I'll read it to you. And it's $409 for the wagon, and $225 for enough supplies for 3 people. Wow. And if it wasn't so windy, it'd be kind of cool to listen to the recordings, but I think it's too windy for that. There's a river. This building was the first county jail built in Umatilla Landing in 1865 and abandoned when the county seat was moved to Pendleton in 1868. Joseph Cunha moved it to Echo and used it as a smokehouse. Shirley Cunha Snow donated the building to the city in 2000. A Kinsman Foundation grant funded the move and reconstruction. Whoa! Yeah, this wind is something. And I gotta keep my glasses on, my sunglasses on, because there's so much dust blowing around. That I can't read. Something about the blockhouse, so there must have been a fort. I can't read that. Let's see if we can read this one. Nope, can't read this one either. The lower river crossing, I guess. And this does say it's river access right here. That's pretty interesting. I think we'll just walk down this street instead of going back to the main street to get back to Henry and get on our way. Well, there's our first glimpse of Pendleton as we're coming down the hill. Wow, we got up over 1,500 feet. Pretty interesting considering we were right by the river. An RV park over there. See, that doesn't look at all attractive to me, and it costs money. Why would I do that? And that's one of the reasons that I so appreciate. Oh, there's the state police. I so appreciate having all the solar I need. Oh, look at all the baby goats. I guess those are full-size goats. I guess they use goats here like they use sheep in Tehachapi for weed control. Interesting. Can't remember for sure, but I think that this is a off-road staging area too. And all that elevation we lost coming down the hill, I guess we're picking back up again. For a few years, until I really started to understand boondocking, I thought that even for a quick overnight stop, I had to go to an RV park and hook up. I'm so glad I found out differently. This is not going to be a secret since they put a sign here for it. And this is a Saturday night, so it could be Saturday afternoon. Could be crowded. Interesting gate here. This is it. I don't think there's another entrance. Trails have been constructed by volunteers. What's that sign say? Can't read it. Okay, we got plenty of potholes. You know, I think I might just swing around and kind of park over there. I definitely want to Actually, I do want to face into the wind, so I can get a very good view, I guess. But I think this will work. Let's see how we are for level.
The next day.
We're out for our morning walk. I brought my coffee this morning. I don't usually do that. So this is a trail system designed for mountain bikes. And we were walking across this way. You can walk across the top of it, but I don't know what happens over there. We came down here. And look at this, it's a little bridge. Isn't that cute? Speaking of cute, there's Kit. This is, we're parked at a trailhead. Obviously, we're on a trail. We spent the night here last night. I might stay tonight too. And I've seen 4 people here this morning altogether. One guy came with his dog and walked past us. Oh yeah, it does. The trail does go across the little bridge there. Isn't that cute? Had a couple came and walked at sunset last night, but it was a very pleasant, quiet evening. No traffic, no disturbances, nobody else camping here. And let's see what else. Yeah, so I might stay here tonight as well. Try and get grounded a little bit. I did a really long day the first day I left the coast. And then I only ended up doing 100 miles yesterday because I left late from where I was the night before. And I got plenty of time to go meet up with my friend. So I think I'm gonna slow down just a little bit. Try and get things figured out. You know, it's hard to walk with an open cup of coffee. And I lost my dog. He's like right in my shadow, as happens. Check out this view. That's I-84 down there. Big solar farm. It goes way that way. This is a pretty industrial area. The airport is right over this little crest there. But this is Pendleton, Oregon. Small town. Don't expect there's a whole lot of air traffic. But then what do I know? Oh, it's a big ditch that they built a bridge over. So pretty nice trail system. I looked at this on the map, and it looks like it zigzags all the way down the mountain from the map. But the sign at the beginning said average 2.4% grade. So, I don't know. But what a lovely day. The wind was howling like crazy yesterday, which is the other reason we only did 100 miles. Fortunately, it was a tailwind, but still, and today we've got a very light gentle breeze so far. It's going to be a little windier today, but not bad. Isn't this pretty? Can just barely see the top of my rig, and somebody's coming back up into the parking lot on their bike. I didn't see anybody go down on a bike. Very cool. All right, so we're gonna finish doing what Kit needs to do this morning, and then we're gonna make some breakfast. Sounds like a good idea to me.